Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. There's another paid request, this time for Nate. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos or topics or commentaries, reactions, reviews, pretty much anything else, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for the 1988 film Cop, starring James Woods. Also has Charles Durning, has Lesley Warren. The director of the film, I don't know, it didn't seem like he did much after this, which is too bad, because this is a film that is pretty decent, pretty underrated. I mean, if you're looking for action, this is not that type of movie. With Cop, maybe it's nothing like Beverly Hills Cop or any of those. It's much more of a down and dirty one-man show for James Woods. I say one-man show in the fact of he is easily the best part of the film. He carries the film, his character. He plays a very cynical, razor-sharp, a man who has seen the darkness of the world and is just trying to deal with it day by day. And he's the type of guy that he's very nice to his daughter, but he'll tell a story about a day in his life, and maybe vulgar and such. And of course his wife gets pissed about it. And so James Woods will give her a speech about, your expectations is the greatest woman killer of all time. And your innocence kills. And I see it every fucking day of my life. And he doesn't want the daughter to be blindsided by the evil that's within our world that he sees every day. I mean, the case he's on now are dealing with these killings, and he finds this bloody woman hanging upside down, and when he sees this, you see the raw emotion, like, Jesus Christ. And that's where the investigation begins. And it's an investigation into these killings, and he realizes there's more to it, where there's been more killings in the past, some of them within the same date but different year, and pretty much step by step him trying to figure out what's going on. Like, he talks with this feminist played by Lesley Warren, who had a bad experience of herself back in the day. He deals with a dirty cop at one point. He deals with a person who tries to shoot his friend Charles Durning, and James Woods has to shoot that guy. And the guy had a date. As James Woods puts it, you blow away a broad's date, least you do is drive her home. And this is a guy that is not perfect. I mean, his marriage is on the rocks. In fact, his wife leaves with their daughter. He'll sleep with other women. But he, as the advertising says, he cares too much for the victims. He cares too much for what's going on. And you really believe and buy James Woods, his sincerity, just complete sincere motivation of wanting to stop these killings, wanting to stop people from getting killed. Even when he talks to people, it's like, listen, I don't care about your other crimes. I don't care if you did this or you did that. I just care about stopping these killings. And you believe it from him. Because James Woods is one of my favorite actors. He's easily my top 10 favorite actors, because I have never seen him give a bad performance, and each performance I've seen him, it feels like he gives it his gusto, his all, whether it be in a film like Cat's Eye or Videodrome, whether it be in a film like Bestseller, where he plays a hitman, or Any Given Sunday, where he's kind of the doctor of the football team. John Carpenter's Vampires, which is one of my favorite vampire films, mainly for him. He's fantastic in that. The Hard Way with him and Michael J. Fox. Just a lot of wonderful work. And Sadly, you don't see him get a lot of work nowadays. I can't even remember the last film I saw James Woods in. But yeah, always enjoyed him as an actor. And he did not. I mean, he got roles where he was the lead, but not often. I mean, those ones I named are some of the. I don't know if I say few, but it's not wasn't common. Dude, he wasn't a box office attraction, and that's what the business looks for. Obviously enough, like Cop didn't do game busters at the box office. In fact, I'm sure there's people watching this going, "I've never heard of this film." And this also has to be one of the best endings and final moments of any film. I don't want to give it away. I'll say this: it kind of a gut punch, but in a weird way satisfying, at least to me. And I remember when I first saw this, it was on cable, and I'm like, okay, I think I saw the third act of this film somehow, and watch it. I'm like, oh shit, and it made me want to go watch the film in full. I think it's from a novel. Was it from James Elroy? I think it's from the same type of story that films like LA Confidential would be based on. And I know that film got all the praise in past, but I would say I prefer this film. And like I said, James Woods propels it first and foremost. Another great one with him is True Believer, with him and Robert Downey Jr. That's a movie about a lawyer who's kind of out of the game, and he comes back thanks to Robert Downey Jr.'s character, and he finds out that his client is actually innocent and tries to prove it. It's a movie that, at least, is pretty straightforward. I just see a lot of people going, I don't know about the story, or I don't know about. It's not extravagant. You're not going to get a lot of car chases. There are no car chases. You're not going to get a lot of shootouts. Maybe a little bit at the end, which I thought was well done. It takes place in a school, in particular a gymnasium. But if you like hard-hitting dramas, cop thrillers, and like, if you don't know who James Woods is, this is a great way to introduce people. Granted, Videodrome is another good one, but I'm just saying for maybe Videodrome people think it's too weird, too off kilter. Although I like the film. It's one of my favorite Cronenberg movies. This one is very hard hitting, and spoilers. I'm going to spoilers now. The ending, in the super spoilers, he gets the bad guy, and he's able to outwit the bad guy. I thought nicely done, where the bleachers of the gymnasium, he's able to determine which one to hit, so it goes automatically out, and then as a distraction, James was able to get down to his level. And the guy's like, okay, you gotta tape me in. And James Woods kind of smiles. He's got a shotgun. I was like, well, there's some good news and some bad news. The good news is you're right. I'm a cop and I gotta take you in. The bad news is I've been suspended. I don't give a fuck. And then cuts to black, and then credits. I went, oh, shit. What was it, The Wire? Shit. Oh, shit. I mean, granted, you don't even see gore, you don't see blood splatter, you don't see the guy dead. You know he's fucked. You turn into a meat patty, hamburger. But it's that line that he crossed, and I understand it, and I actually agree with it. But while he's been suspended, more than likely his career is easily over. Whatever happens to him afterward, I don't know for sure. But this is a guy that was at his wit's end and said, "Screw it, I'm not going to take it anymore, and I'm going to destroy this evil one way or another." And back then, you would try to justify where the person pulled a gun and you did in self-defense, or a person pulled a knife, a gun, something, and it was in self-defense, or you did a tactic, it's a fight, and then it's a natural justification of the fight is the bad guy dying. No, this was not cold-blooded in the fact that the guy deserved it, but the guy had no weapon, he was unarmed, and a nice usage of the pump-action shotgun. Especially that you hear a shell drop, boom to black, and you hear this piece of boom, 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 boom. It's like, ooh. I remember when I first saw it, it gave me a bit of goosebumps. I'm like, ooh, like that's just something about it was so simple, but yet so effective, so effective. I mean, issues with the film, I don't really have a lot of issues. Like I say, it might not be some people's cup of tea if they're looking more for an action movie. They're looking more for, like I said, it's really more about really showcasing what James Woods is capable of. Again, his cynicism and the sharpness of the character, and just the way Woods is able to handle the dialogue, to me, is very effective. And the killer, you don't see much of the killer until the very end. The investigation, I thought it was fine. I mean, I don't didn't really have any issues with the investigation angles of it. The woman who played his wife, her acting was all right, but I felt like, in a way, she seemed like one of the weaker actors in the movie. Charles Durning, this is a guy who's been in quite a bit of stuff. He did a nice job as one of the only cops James Woods is close to. Charles Durning has been in a lot of stuff throughout the years. I know he's worked with Burt Reynolds, he's worked with other folks. Good, capable actor. I didn't even mind Lesley Ann Warren. I thought she fit well for her role. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much issues with the film. It might not be a film I rewatch a lot, but I still thought it was effective for what it was trying to accomplish. So, yeah, this one is a bit more of a straight to the point review. I don't want to give everything away. Well, I guess I just did because I just gave the ending away, but I did say spoilers. But yeah, very solid film in my opinion. It is on Blu-ray. I want to say it was Tino Lorber. Don't quote me on that, but I know it does have a Blu-ray. I think it, at best, maybe has a commentary. Sadly, no interviews with James Woods, which is too bad. I would love to. Because James Woods did an interview for John Carpenter's Vampires, which I was surprised by. He did a bit of commentary work on Videodrome, so I don't know if he wasn't asked or he was busy or what, but either way, good film. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.